Hi, everybody. This is an emergency podcast. I got the whole crew here: Brook, Amari, Mac, Deshaun Watson. Really? Exclamation point. I'm getting PTS here. Your thoughts, Brook? Brook?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about how to phrase this.
Steam's coming through your ears here.
All I'll say is if Watson, if Monken has the ability to bring Watson back to, let's say, 80% of what he was in Houston, it's a win-win. But I think a lot of Browns fans, including me, have a lot of memories of Watson's failures in Cleveland after the haul we gave up to bring him in. And honestly, I feel bad for Shador. It sounds like he's been in the building every day. He's working out. He's throwing to his receivers. So yeah, but that's the talk of the town now. It sounds like Watson's getting first team reps, but I think everyone should pump the brakes. It was volunteer minicamp.
Thank you. I'm grasping at that. Really. Thank you.
Miles ain't there, Denzel's not there. Until I see pads on and it's training camp, then yeah, if Watson's getting a majority of the first team reps, then at that point it's gonna be okay, it sounds like he's the guy. But the draft just ended, so I think we all need to just take a breath. We don't even know who we're playing in week 1. Things can change.
Yeah, really. Well, I got a couple things buzzing through, and I'll flip it over to you, Mac. But there's a great movie with Jude Law and Rooney Mara.
Oh, Side Effects.
Side Effects.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. Steven Soderbergh. Who's that guy in Magic Mike? I think he was in there too.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. And Michael Douglas's hot wife. What's her name?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great cast. And but there's that line that says, "Past behavior is the best predictor of future events." Yep. Something like that, right? Okay. Now, and I got another thing running through my head: the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over again and thinking things are going to change. Okay, now I'm not going to call out any media people out there who are going on and on about we should say Deshaun Watson should be named starter. I guess one media person said that, right?
Yep.
Right, Mac?
Yep.
Okay, which is why we're having the emergency podcast. The Browns, Cleveland Browns Anonymous. We just fell off the wagon, right? This is the emergency meeting of Cleveland Browns Anonymous. It feels like it just had a drink, right? Deshaun Watson. I don't want to hear from the media people how he looks good in practice. Only heard that for every year for the last 4 years, right? Look good in practice. Then you get him out in the game, he looks terrible. I don't want to hear about the rust. Because Mr. Rusty Joe Flacco came off the couch, took over from Deshaun Watson, and threw his first game for 300 yards with the same offense. Go ahead, Mac. Let me catch my breath here. Heart palpitations.
I just want to move on from him. I don't think he's a good guy. I don't think he's a good quarterback. Whatever he had in Houston is just not obviously there. He's tried this 3-4 seasons already. Nothing's worked. You could blame coaching if you want, but at the end of the day, Brissett played better in the same system. Flacco played
lights
better in the
out.
same system.
Same
And-
players.
Exactly.
I-
So go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm going to play in this podcast. I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
Ooh. We need to do the Riz.
So
Ooh.
I agree. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. The biggest difference is we have a new coach who, from all indications, isn't going to put up with anyone's bullshit
Or bad play.
or bad play.
I mean, Kevin Stefanski, he just kept rolling him out. He rolled him out after the Cowboy game. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Watson looks terrible. Next game, there's Watson. Next game, there's Watson. Just terrible. Looks absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he gets hurt, and the fans are cheering. I don't want anything bad to happen to Deshaun Watson. You know what? I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's a Christian guy. He's wearing all the crosses and everything. Whatever. Okay? I'm sure he's a nice guy. But he was a lousy quarterback. Lousy quarterback. And they kept rolling him out. So, Todd, if you're listening, AB, great draft, AB. If you're listening, if Jimmy Haslam whispers, maybe we should take a look at Deshaun Watson, you make Jimmy sit in the corner. Jimmy, you got a timeout here. And Todd, you want to be a head coach? Sometimes head coach says, you know what, Jimmy, if you tell me to play Watson, I fucking quit.
Well,
Okay? And then let the mob storm that new stadium with pitchforks and torches and a hangman's noose.
I mean,
right?
they clearly have talked about this. Like, there is no fucking way that a question wasn't asked when it came down to Todd Monken, that kid from the Rams. I forget who the third guy was.
Mary Kay's heartthrob, Ty Simpson.
No, I'm sure that when
She's got a poster of him in her bedroom.
I'm sure that when they were questioning their finalists for head coach, I would guess a top 3 question would be, all right, we've got our quarterbacks. What's your plan?
Yeah.
It has to be. So I would be shocked if they're going into training camp without a plan.
Yeah. Well, that's why all this.
But there is something, just hold on. There is something to Mac's point where if they say during training camp, we've cut Deshaun, I think it would do something to the team similar to what happened to the Broncos and
Russell Wilson, yeah.
It kind of like lifts this, like, all right, you know what? We made a huge mistake. We gave up all these picks, all this money. We fucked up. We're moving on. We're done. I think doing something like that would be, I think it's either you cut him or you start him. I think there's no, like, he's our backup. I just think that is.
Well, you know what? Maybe AB's doing his 3-dimensional chess move here. Travis Hutter time. He's going into his he's our starter. He's this. He's looking good in practice. Teeing it up. Maybe AB's going to trade him to the Jets for a 5th rounder. That'd be great. Okay. But think of what they just drafted, that freak of nature quarterback, right? From Arkansas?
Yeah, Taylon Green.
Taylon Green, right? You got Dylan Gabriel as your Kirk Cousin type quarterback. Let Shador cook, could be your RG3, guy. And just let Watson go. I just, you know what? I don't mind him trying for the job, but he has demonstrated between the rust and, the fact that he was MVP. Wasn't he MVP, Mac? One year with the Texans?
I
don't think
so.
he won MVP. He led the league in pass yards. I know.
Okay, and he was running around a lot. I remember when he was in the Texans, they kept saying, hey, he doesn't have a good O-line, does that sound familiar? I remember they were talking about it because he was just getting hit. He was holding the ball too long. And that's what he did with the Browns. Meanwhile, Joe Flacco comes in. That ball's going out like a rocket. 50 yards downfield to Amari Cooper. I mean, it was staggering that just watching Flacco's first game against the Rams on the road. I was like, who is this? Oh, I guess this is what a functioning quarterback looks. That is how bad we've been as Browns fans in the wilderness with that. And the other point I want to make, and then Brook and Mac jump in here, is I think we're seeing why the Browns have been so dysfunctional with a quarterback. Look at some of the media. I mean, hey, you know what? Some of the media who wants him to be named starter, have you seen Watson play? Do you have early onset of something that you forgot how bad he was? I mean, he was worse than Shador. Go ahead, Brooke.
Yeah, I just keep going back to this is way too early. It's a volunteer mini camp, so I don't want to hear reports of, oh yeah, he took the majority of first team snaps. It's like, okay, well, if Shador took 10 first team snaps, Watson took 12. It's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, okay. All right. So then, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, why are we saying this now? And what is the point? Why are we advocating that he be named starter if he's been absolutely terrible the last 4 years?
Yeah. And kudos to Monken during the interview he had after the Browns' first-round picks when the media was asking him about it's just so funny. Like, we drafted two A-plus guys, Fano and Casey, and the first question, or one of the first questions asked, was how are they going to mesh with Deshaun? How does Deshaun look? It's like, what's the point? And Monken shut it down.
And you know what Monken's really thinking? He's thinking, now I know why the Browns sucked. Listen to these questions I'm getting from the media. Really?
Well, did you hear too what Shador said during an interview?
Oh, go ahead, say that. You did
yeah,
tell me
where
that.
he said, and he called out the press. He was like, "Hey, we need some positive vibes here.
Really?
Ask me some positive questions here."
Yeah.
And I think some of these players who are like dramatic call out the press. I mean, if you think the Cleveland press is bad, try playing in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Or New York.
Well, the difference in Philly and New York and Cleveland, they've at least won some Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Okay, so their standards are legit. And Dable, their head coach, I was talking to a Giants fan,
Dable.
and Dable sucked.
Oh.
And the fan base knew that. Philly fan base, yeah, they're a tough crowd, but they're like they're like the Browns fans. There is this patronizing attitude. I was listening to another media person today. I'm not going to name any names. It's pointless. Who was saying, well, Browns fans got to understand fill in the blank. They got to understand that, if you're in the, that he's looking good and he's coming in, he's doing the work. No, you have to understand how wrong you've been over these last couple years. The fans have been right. The fans always got it. The fans knew that Baker was hurt. He shouldn't have been playing. The fans knew that Flacco was the real deal. And yet, the Browns organization didn't sign him because they thought it would damage Deshaun Watson's ego. I mean, media out there, you should look in the mirror here. Really look in the mirror and play back some of the shit you've been writing about for years. All right? And so Monken, please, grow a pair, take some vitamin B+, whatever that thing that boosts your spine. Make sure you're in the weight room because you're going to need it, because you're going to have to push back and start educating the Cleveland media to get their shit together in terms of what they're writing about. Go ahead, Mac.
I mean, I think I really noticed the problems with the media last year. Just a nonstop quarterback talk, and it's like they just create like it's almost like they don't want the team to do well. It's like I never seen anything like it, and just like the questions they ask, like it seems like when they just bring up the quarterback controversy right after the draft, it's the first question out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
really.
What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
That was just like unbelievable.
Well, the problem was not with the quarterbacks. You know, we said this last year. After every game, the problem was with the coaching.
Yeah.
The effed up 4th and 1 calls, the special teams breakdowns, the having Dylan Gabriel on the road against Pittsburgh throw 58 times. And yet they keep talking about the O-line, doesn't have the talent of receivers. We got some quarterback issues. It's like it's the coaching. And this time we've got hope after this draft. We have hope. I guess that's why this emergency podcast is so relevant. Is there's got to be some major pushback in how the media is covering this. And I'm not going to name any names.
Well, I think you're seeing signs that some players and the coaches are pushing back, which is good.
Yeah. Thank you, Shador. Thank you, Todd.
Stefanski would. I mean, he would.
Stefanski be total. I'm not going to say the name. It's a family show, right? Oh my God. Yeah. Really. I can't wait for more pressers with Todd Monken.
I just wish we could be a fly on the wall, when they're talking about these quarterbacks. Like, what do they really think?
Todd, you know what? You got 1 year. The fans are behind you. They like what you're saying. AB had a great draft. No more shit from the front office. Okay? No more shit from Jimmy. I understand there's a son of Jimmy somewhere there.
JW?
JW? Really? Eric Trump? Question mark? I'm not going to go there.
He seems like a nice guy.
JW? Okay, he's good. But you know what? Look, you had your 3 or 4 years with Deshaun, right? You pushed. You made this call. You want me to coach? Stay out of my way. That's what Bill Parcells did with Jimmy Jones.
Yeah, Tom Monken probably saw this as, how old is he? What, like mid-60s,
Yeah.
you think? He's probably like, this is my only shot.
Yeah,
I
go
am not
for it, man.
I am not fucking this up.
Right, and talk to who was one of our former coaches, that assistant coach. He was coach of the Cardinals.
Oh, my guy, Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians, really let it rip, Todd.
Love Bruce Arians.
Get Bruce Arians on the phone and talk to him.
Yeah, I'm picking up some similar vibes. Older guy, he's like, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm 72, but you know what? And guys, when they cross a certain age, like Obama said his last year, bucket. I don't care, really, because you're going to get fired on your record, right? On your wins and losses. Don't get backed into a corner by amateurs who keep making the same mistake all the time. You know what? I wish Todd would simply say, it's too early. Why are you guys writing this?
Well, what has he said?
About the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I don't think he said much.
Because I pulled something up while we were getting set up about, they were talking about the quarterback. Here it is. So Bleacher Report ranked from least likely to most likely who would start. So it goes Dylan Gabriel 4th. I think we could all agree on that.
I thought Taylor Green.
Taylor Green 3rd.
Wow.
Shador 2. Deshaun 1. And to the author's credit, he starts off by saying when he lists Deshaun 1, and here we are, pitchforks and torches time. It's understandable. The only human being who wants to erase the Deshaun Watson era from their mind more than the entire Browns fan base is GM Andrew Berry. But Watson still gives the Browns the best chance to win in 2026. When
Really?
asking Todd Monken this, Monken said, quote, I think that anytime you have a player that at one time has exhibited the skill set at an elite level, you're always going to give them the benefit of the doubt that somehow we're going to be able to get that out of him.
Well, I don't mind. I look at if Watson can come in and be the Watson of with the Texans, top 5 core, I got no problem with that. But he has not shown that. He hasn't been close to a Joe Flacco-esque performance. And meanwhile, we got Shador. And remember how everybody would say, you got to find out if Shador has it, right? Okay. Watson could be a great backup, a great kind of, who was the guy with Gary Danielson. Gary Danielson was the mentor for Bernie Kosar. Perfect mentor. He knew his role. Watson's role, the crafty veteran, the Geno Smith, question mark. Okay?
I don't think he has that in him.
Yeah.
I think it's either you cut him or you start him.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a middle ground here.
Yeah. Well, hey,
okay, you put away the drama, the personal baggage. In an ideal world, if he comes out and he starts and he plays really well, that would be great.
Yeah, no, we're all good on that.
I mean, what? He's 29. He's 30. Like, he's still young.
I could double check.
Yeah, but we don't want it. We want to have an expiration date. We can't have him come in game 1, go back to pass,
And throw it in the ground.
run around, not follow the protection scheme, not making his correct reads. Well, he's still a little rusty. No, pull him. That's what Stefanski should have done. Just pull him.
I'm bracing myself that I wouldn't be surprised if he's the starter.
Okay, well.
Not saying I agree with it, but
Hey, if we got good special teams and Watson isn't going to do something stupid.
I mean, look, you got a new coach. All indications are he's going to be good.
Okay.
You got a good offensive line. You've got some good weapons. You've got a good defense. I'm just saying, like,
And good special teams.
yeah, I mean,
That's what cost us some games last year, even with the shitty quarterback play. If we get tightened up a lot of these loose bolts, run game, we got good receivers, and Watson isn't doing his running around in the backfield.
Yeah, you start him or you cut him. That's my. How old is he?
30.
Still young.
Well, hey, how old's Joe Flacco? 40? What does that
A
tell
little
you?
older, I think.
What does that tell you?
I just wish we could get truth serum. I would get all the suspects: Jimmy, JW, Andrew Berry, Paul DePodesta.
We got to get Paul DePodesta. I think
Whose
he's in
idea?
I think Paul DePodesta is in witness protection program.
Who was in the shower and was like, Deshaun Watson. Well, if I give up 3 firsts, I get rid of Baker. Like, I would love to know.
He's out there.
Whose idea that was.
I liked it at the time, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I remember because I'll always remember it. You got your hip surgery that day. And my brother-in-law, Connor, texted me, Deshaun, ! And I was like, what? And
you know what? I thought it was a bold move. I just didn't know he'd be that bad. I didn't know. I mean, he was terrible when he came out. overthrowing receivers, running around.
I think it was people, underestimated how much taking a couple years off of football
Well, like Joe Flacco?
is going to hurt you. Like, I mean, because he got hurt a season. They didn't play him a season. I think it was like 2 full years without playing. And then I also think people, because that's all anybody talked about was like when he first got on the field, all of his suspension, like he was the number one guy in the news. And I think mentally it just took a huge toll on him.
Well, there is no question that he was not coached right, in my opinion. I mean, all you got to do is look at why they didn't sign Flacco. Flacco should have been signed. And if Watson has a problem with it, fuck you. Really. Come on. You're getting paid all this money, snowflake, and you're going to get worried that if you go out there and you play poorly, you're going to get booed. Really? Grow a pair. Because Joe's coming in. You start doing this shit where you're running around, you're not doing your progressions, you're getting pulled. And the Browns coddled this guy. Stefanski, they kept saying, well, we paid all this money, he's rusty. They made every mistake in the book in terms of developing him. They should have said, he's too rusty, he's not ready. They rushed him in, just like rushing in some poor first-round draft pick quarterback. And then you look at Bo Nix and Sean Payton, Jackson Dart, what Vrabel did with Drake May, right? And then you look what the Browns did with Deshaun Watson. This has nothing to do with O-line, receivers, surrounding him with talent. This is what they did with Deshaun Watson is everything Bill Parcells would not have done, or Sean Payton would not have done. And I got 2 words for everybody out there. Tony Romo. Because Parcells developed Tony Romo. Sean Payton developed Bo Nix. The Browns coaching and organization has historically screwed up quarterbacks. Look at Johnny Manziel drinking throughout the season. He's drinking and partying. And they threw Brian Hoyer under the bus. This is an organization and a media culture that is dysfunctional when it comes to developing quarterbacks. And that's why that's why this whole Deshaun Watson has not earned through his play the right to be called number 1.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay? That's it. I got nothing against him. But if he came out and said, you know what? I got to apologize to the fan base. I have not played well. I should have played better. 3 first-round draft picks. You're paying me all this money, and I sucked when I went out there and played, with the exception of a few games. The Ravens on the road, he looked good. But for the most part, he's just been nothing but excuses for his play.
Two decent to good games, I'd say. The Titans game, he was good.
I don't even remember that game. It's been so long.
Ravens game is good.
Yeah.
And those were the only games that gave me hope somewhat.
And the only reason why he's playing is because of what they paid for him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Not because of his play.
You kind of too know, like, at least I know, like, when you see a quarterback, like, when I saw Baker come in against the Jets, I was like, he's got it.
Yeah. He looked great.
He's got it.
As Tyrod, he took over for him. Yeah. We loved Baker.
Browns fans are very good at detecting who's got it and who doesn't got it. And Watson, he does not have it.
Yeah. Right.
Shador, big question mark.
Right. And so the media has to ask themselves, why are you promoting a guy who, for his entire term here as the Browns quarterback, has been terrible?
Well, they could be promoting it too because they want to get clicks. So if that's their job,
Okay, good job.
then
Got
they're
my click.
then they're doing a great job.
Okay, yeah, it's clickbait. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to end on final thoughts, Mac.
Just play Shador week 1.
Thank you.
Give him 7 weeks. Just give him a little time. Let him get settled in. If he's bad, then play Watson. Whatever. But
Play the guy you played on the last game. We won 2 games, right?
with that terrible team.
Shador won 2 games. He's getting better. Deshaun, Shador's our guy. What is wrong with that?
Shaducey.
Okay, final thought, Brooke?
Final thought on Watson is you cut him or you start him.
Okay. Cut him or you start him. All right. Smoke him if you got him.